Good morning, good evening, ladies, gentlemen, tone, non-binary folk, Mardo. Mardo, no Mardo again. Ah, Mardo, where could you
He's
be?
on vacation again.
Do you think so, Tone? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. Is there some night racing on somewhere, or is it some night underwater hockey somewhere, or soccer, fuzzball, or whatever it's called? What's happening?
I wish I knew. I reckon there could be some night racing, and that's Mardo racing away with no money. Because
Ah,
I do a quick recap, but I mean, first of all, let's welcome everyone to episode 38 AC, 38.
yes.
We do a recap on 37 AC. Mardo had a Kickstarter that was shorter than my left leg, perfumist, and I think he said, take any price, put as much as you like on it. It ran second because I poisoned it. My territory was my horse, territory horse. Tone, you had a second to sandpaper.
Yes.
Unfortunately, a bit like the Australian Test team, just got caught out. Uh,
Yep. Yes.
and what did I go with? I went with Set to Shine, and it didn't shine, but there was a little bit of stewards suspensions in that race. They were the Kickstarters. They weren't good. Now, how did we go with our? No, they were our best bets. Sorry, the Kickstarters. I don't think we did well at all. I don't think we did at all well. Because you know what we're good at, Tone? You know what we're good at? Other than getting,
Tip and lay bets lately.
well, yeah, we are, but other than getting the colours of our tops synchronized and matching, do you know what we're good at? We're,
Oh,
we're
fire
good.
away.
We are good at getting odds on beaten.
Yes, yes, we are well known for that, especially me. I must put my hand up there. I can get them beat.
Look, you are very good at it, but you're also good at the other end where you can find a roughie because you found one yesterday in
Yes, I did. Yeah.
So how did you do that? Was it with a dartboard or was it with the cat food and dog and cat and stuff? Or how did you do it?
Actually, if you look back through that, you'll see like that was 1200 the race before, right?
Yep.
And it absolutely flew home. And the 1400 suited it. And I think it ran the fastest last 200 meters of the day when it in that the start before last start.
Nice. So in
But
other words, you
I
did
was more interested in the distance. I thought the extra 200, maybe it's got a chance. And I like to go against the odds on pops sometimes too, as you know. And I do pay the price sometimes.
that's all right. There's nothing,
But
look, Tony, there's nothing wrong with telling us that story, but I still want to know, was it the cat or the dog that picked the winner? No. Well done. Well found yesterday.
uh,
Absolutely well found. I mean, if you got the early price, it was $11 now this weekend. A little birdie tells me that you could be going to the racetrack in the land of the samurai.
oh yes, that is true. Yes, we might be stepping onto the hallowed ground on this Sunday because the big race day is Sunday here, and
Nice.
Monday's a public holiday. So yes, all things going to plan.
Yep.
We'll be stepping onto the Japanese racetrack.
Well, you won't be back in Romantic Warrior because Marto has already told. Marto, you there? Yep. No, Marto has already told us that it's been scratched from the big.
Oh well, there we go.
So what is it? The Saudi Arabia Cup or something? I don't know. I mean,
uh,
Marto was here. He'd tell us. We're not sure. We don't bet everywhere, do we?
no, not no.
Yeah.
Over there in the sandy desert and the where the leprechauns are, I don't go anywhere near those places. I
Well,
stay away from the Irish and the sand pits.
yeah, well, if Marto was here, but he's not, he would tell us exactly why it got scratched, what will end up beating it, what the long-term agenda with this romantic warrior is, because Marto would be telling us it, wouldn't he?
Oh, he would. He knows. Marto knows. He'd be able to sort us out, put us on the right track.
Would.
Yeah.
So we're not going to talk too much about Marto because Marto will be joining us later, won't he, Marto? Marto, are you going to come back? I feel lost without Marto.
Oh, yeah. We have. I want. I want to know if we're in the numbers. This is it. See, there's no numbers input.
No, it's
And
tragic.
that's a worry.
Now, there's the Blue Diamond, there's the Futurity, there's the Oakley, the Oakley plate. That's all at Caulfield in 36-degree heat. There's also
Lovely.
Silver Slipper in Sydney and the Parramatta Cup. I mean, Marta would love the Parramatta Cup. Western suburbs, perfect for Marta. Real blue
Get
collar.
out there. Get out there, the Western subs.
So I don't know if you've had a look at those races, Tone, but before we do go out into the Blue Diamond, because I know we've all had a look at that race, the Premier 2-year-old race in Australia. Don't worry about that other one, the Magic Millions. Don't worry about that other one, the Golden Slipper. It's all the Blue Diamond. So what we'll do though is we will kick off with our Kickstarters. Now, I'm going to talk on Marto's behalf because Marto does send through an essay, War and Peace, about his Kickstarter, and it is at Caulfield Race 1, number 7, Tonkin. It's at $3.20, and Marto says it dominated at the Valley last start, be it anything. It gets a low draw to lead, and it just sits off to fend off swoopers. Now, can you read between those lines, Tone, what Marto is trying to say?
It's a dead set cert, and it's going to come home hard, and it's value for money. Would I be right along those lines?
No,
No.
no. I'll tell you exactly what he says. Marto is saying this horse beat a bunch of nobodies, and he hopes it can lead and win, but it might not. And that's the
There
point.
we go. Read.
For you.
That's
So I don't know. Look, it's a chance. It's won its last two. Good luck, Marto. $3.20. Take the early price. Kickstart us home. Get us started. Tone, you're going to Doomben. So how about you tell us about your Kickstarter? Because really, you are here. You're present. You're in the moment. Share that moment with us, please.
well, I've this week I've gone up. I've gone up north. I've gone up to Doomben Race 2, number 6, Diablo Bolt. Look, I don't know much about this jockey, but I know Annabelle Neesham's horses. She's a very good trainer, and she's been training, like horses out of their skin. Yeah, it's the only thing is it is favourite. It's not a really short price favourite at the moment. It's around about $2.35 or $2.40.
Yep.
I think it's drawn well. The distance is right. The only worry I could see in this would be Waltham. Is it Waltham, number 3? But I think Diablo was last start. It was a pretty good run. That was second up, wasn't it? Second up. No. This that was third up. Prior to that, it had 2 wins. I think that it'll get another win on Saturday.
Well,
I don't think it's an overly strong
because
field.
I've got the poison out for Marto, I'm not going to give you much of it.
Too much?
But Tone, it's Queensland racing.
It is rigged. Yeah, racing up there's rigged.
That's right. So you're going into Queensland racing. My question is what happens if this track gets upgraded? Because I've had a look at Diablo and it loves rain affected. What happens in Queensland racing when you're drawn barrier 2 and your favourite, they don't let you out? And as for the jockey, it's Jag. Now, my good friend Mark Noe used to serve Jag in a bottle-o. When Jag used to come in and buy a carton of beers or a few wines and things like that. So as long as Jag is off the beers,
Oh,
he's a big chance because he's riding for Annabelle Neasham. So, Mark, if you're watching the show, tell us about Jag and whether Jag can get Diablo home, right? Because I don't want to poison you too much. Now, with myself, Tone, before I come onto the show today, we had a bit of a football let's say bonding session at a restaurant called the True South, which is a club sponsor. And I did have a few wines, maybe a few too many. Um, so this lines in perfectly with my tip. And I'm going to Morfordville, race 2, number 5, Tipsy Vixen.
oh, there we go.
I can assure you that I probably was feeling a bit tipsy tonight, and I am a bit of a vixen. And I think with this horse, it's been racing well. There's the claim, which brings it in nicely. It's drawn well. It should get a good run, and it's due. Now, there's only 6 runners in this field, and to get a horse at $3.20 in a 6-horse race, that is value.
Oh, I've got it here at 3:30.
Yeah,
3:30. But
330.
the only thing that worries me recently about horses that have been well in the market
Gunners.
and expected to run well,
Yeah.
like there's been some really dodgy apprentice rides recently,
Well,
really questionable rides. There was one there today by, who was it? Estrada, the moron apprentice on Estrata at Pakenham in the last or second last. That was a shit ride. Honestly, I wouldn't let her on my grandkids' rocking horse if I had any. Bloody shocker. Some of these apprentices really, they got brains in their ass.
well, I'll be honest with you, I didn't watch the races. I think it's Taylor Johnson. She claims to. Look, I think this is a big one.
Yes.
My only danger in this 6-horse race is that Galagotis has got the top weight in Typhoon Harmony. Now it was last scratched at the just pre-race when they downgraded the track. Now Galagotis is no stranger to South Australian racing, and he probably finds a dry track. I hope it doesn't win. I hope that the day goes like this: Tonkin, Diablo Boat, Tipsy Vixen. The 3 of us are on the beers.
Fantastic. What does that, did you do what does that add up to, Taz? How
Uh,
much will we get for
well,
the,
basically, keeping it simple, 3 by 3 is 9, by 2 is 18. Take in the 0.2, 0.4, 0.2, probably close to 20 to 1.
oh, that's pretty good value this week, isn't it?
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, Tone, 500 on at 20, get yourself a 1,000. Take that on Sunday. You can't go wrong.
Oh, yeah, if only. Yeah. It'll be more like, won't be so many zeros in my bets on that this weekend. But yeah. But that's good odds, isn't it? Well, I mean, we are due to actually link up again, aren't we? We're
We are.
due. We're overdue.
We are due, and I think we will. Now, you also had a look at the Blue Diamond, and I'm really surprised with your tip, Tone, because you've hopped off one that we thought was in your stable and gone for another. So tell us what you're tipping in the Blue Diamond so I can put the slide up there, and why are you tipping this?
It's race 8, isn't it?
It
Race
is,
8.
I'm not sure, but I think
Yes, yes. Hang on.
a little bit
Let me
horny.
see. Yes, it is. It's race 8. I've gone for. Well, to use one of Marto's favourite words, value. I've gone for a bit of value here, and I've gone for number 5, Devil Knight with Mickey D on board. Hawks trained. It's around about 12 to 1, $4 a place. Yes, I looked at. I'm also. I think didn't I tip my Gladiola a couple of weeks ago or last week?
You did.
Yep, and I sort of looked at that and I thought, no, I'm here on Devil Knight, which was a good second, right, at its debut in a field of 11. And
Look,
that was in Group 3, right?
I think this cost over $1 million as a purchase. So, um, look, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes well. It definitely goes in my numbers. Um, I like it. I think you're being cheeky in your tip. I think maybe you were a little bit horny when you picked
Devil
a
Knight.
bit of a devil one. Now, Marto, on the other side, Marto has gone for the one that you just named. So Marto's piggybacking you into number
Ah,
Gladiola, and Marto's words of wisdom. They learnt she needs a sit. She sits off field of play, and pops out at the right time. Now, Marto, maybe you're right, but there is also speculation that this horse will not run out the distance. And maybe the reason that it led last start, Marto, was because it had to from the wide barrier. So the jury is out. Tone's hopped off and Marto's hopped on. Good luck, Marto, because if we get this trifecta, it'll pay a fortune.
oh,
I myself am throwing out what I call a boil over tip.
oh, that's interesting.
Massive odds. And I can honestly say that I could probably tip 6 or 7 and still go wrong. But I'm throwing this one out there, and it's number 10, a Carian Dream. I can't believe the price. This thing ran a few starts back, ran second to the Playwright. The Playwright's 15-1. Gay Waterhouses. It now meets it better for the weights. It's trained by my man Kieran Ma, who I don't know if you want to say now he's a Sydney trainer or a Melbourne trainer. To me, this is a really, really open race. And I've just thrown out the boil over. I don't know when the last time we saw a boil over in the Blue Diamond was, but this is the one that I think if we're looking for an absolute roughie, this is it. So I'm boxing actually 7 in the race, and I'm taking it, just putting $20 on there for a trifecta. I'll get myself about 9%, maybe with a little boost, get 10, $20, 10% box 7, and I have included Your Devil Knight, Marto's My Gladiola, and My Akarian Dream. And if anyone cares to know what the other 4 are, then they better check the bet thread on Saturday. I'm not going to give it away. I'll tell you off the show, Tone, so that we can get on early. And that way we can sort of make sure that we cash up early. But I'll share it with the rest of the team on the bet thread.
Right. So they've
Any
got to
thoughts?
get into the bet thread. Got
Any
to get in and
thoughts?
have a look.
Any thoughts, Tone, about a Curian Dream? Do you think you can? Do you think I'm just throwing darts? Do you think I'm a chance, or do you think I'm just full of S?
Well, looking at from my point of view, Tommy Stockdale, he's one of the honest hoops. And every now and again, he gets up on some good prize winners. Um, it's formed prior to the, about 35-day let up or
Yep.
30 days or something like that. It had a win before that, second, fourth, and a first. So it's well in the market, and they'll be honestly trying with it. And Karen Ma, is it Karen Ma? I don't
Yeah.
know how you say it,
Yeah.
but
Kieran,
he's got a lot of. Sorry.
yeah, Kieran, Kyron, anyway you want to
Yeah,
call
he's
it.
got a lot of horses, and he's doing really well. So, I wouldn't stamp it. I wouldn't put a red line through it because these are the sort of races that they're all trying. They're trying for the big money's here. So yeah, I think he's in with a chance.
Why not?
Absolutely.
Anything on that card that sort of catches your eye, Tone? I mean, Bright Side's in the following race, I think. It's
Yeah,
$2.
I'm not a. I've never been a big fan of what's his name, Mr. Brightside. That's probably because Willow's always on it, but it's a really good horse. You can't go against that. Um, if I was going to have a bet, I Am Me is one of my favourites, except it's got a criminal in Nash Rawler on it. He
Yeah.
can not win a race. Whenever I back anything he's on, he never wins. So, I wouldn't be backing that. But if I was going to have a little bit each way, I'd jump on number 6,
Well,
Insurrection, Regan Bayliss.
did you like Insurrection because it sounds like something?
Erection.
Do you think it might pop up?
It could pop up. I don't know whether it's in the numbers though. This is it. See, we've got no backup. I can't throw the life boy out there. Where are the numbers? It's no good.
Do you think we'll get Marto back? Do you think the people that are watching the show are missing Marto, honestly?
Oh, you never know. They could be.
No,
I'm
no,
sure
be
they
honest.
must be waiting.
Be honest, they're not.
No,
Go.
they don't want him back, do they?
No, no, they don't. Because Marto doesn't wear like these pastel coloured tops or nice flannel neck type shirts. Marto's just a bit of a trendy t-shirt kind of label kind of guy, you know what I mean? He's all about the look. It's the persona. Whereas me and you, we're real people, Tone. We
Yeah, look at this, my old busted ass shirt. Just me lucky shirt. Lucky I'm still wearing it, or lucky to be alive. One or the other, probably both. But
is it
getting back to the what's name, sorry, you're talking about Mr. Brightside in the Futurity in race 7. If I was going to have a bet, I would jump on Pez's old favourite. I Wish I Win.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's Caulfield. I mean,
Jamie's on board, but I don't think she's riding as well as she used to. Jamie Mellon. Well, she might be riding, somewhere okay, but yeah, no, that's what I'll be having a crack at.
1400, Mr. Brightside, Caulfield, just off the pace. I wish I win. Gets out the back. Probably needs the pace on. Anything's possible. Personally, I stay away from that race. I just put a quaddie on, I think. And to be honest, probably both of those go in. We're going to talk about our best bets, and I know that Marto, we really do miss Marto, but I'm going to give you Marto's best bet first up.
Oh, very good.
Even though your best bet precedes his, but just to give Marto star billing, Marto
Yes, yes.
taking on what is possibly one of the best or better 3-year-olds that we saw last year. Something that ran a place in the Cox plate and something that's going to be like $1.60. This is something you do, Tone, where you take on the odds on. Marto has gone to Rose Hill, race 8, number 3, Linebacker. Now, I don't know.
Ah,
I don't know.
the O'Shea.
You think it was the Super Bowl that might have inspired Marto to back this linebacker?
It could be. It could be. It might have done it. It might have given a bit of a spark there, you know,
Well,
lit up a match. Zippo, away we go. Mm.
well, I'll tell you what Marto says about linebacker. Marto is convinced that broadsiding needs affected going. So it's not going to be a rain affected going there at Rose Hill. So Marto doesn't think that broadsiding could win. Marto is saying that Kay McAvoy is staying on top. Yes, he is. Well done, Marto. But my question to you, Marto, is if broadsiding doesn't win and linebacker doesn't, here comes the poison. Can Aliana win? One down the bottom. Number 11. Can the filly beat the boys, Marto? Marto, what have you got to say? Oh, yeah, it's good chance.
Oh,
My numbers. What do you think, Tone? What do you think of Marto's tip, linebacker, and taking on broadsiding? Don't worry about my poison.
oh, geez, I don't know. Look, if I was going to have a bet in this race, and I won't be, I'd be going with Public Attention for the simple reason I think Broadside is too short in this race. It's got a horrendous road jockey on board in Zach Lloyd, and he's been criminalistic in his rides for me lately. So for that reason, I wouldn't back it. It's too short. He's on board. Linebacker. I don't know a lot about this horse, so yeah, it was a good second. Mardo has obviously done his homework, so Mardo knows more than I do. But yeah, couple down the bottom. No, they've got Colettes on them. They're horrendous jockeys. They've been criminals of late as well. I wouldn't be. I have no confidence in the Colettes. They've cost me so much money. Just stay away from them. No, it's not a race that I would be having a bet in. I know. My cousin always follows Just Party, and he'll be jumping on it each way at 40-1 with Jay Ford on board.
I was going to say Just Party's about 50-1. Look, it's interesting because, as I said, like Marto normally backs the $1.60s. He doesn't normally take them on. And the fact that he's taken it on with linebacker, I wish you well, Marto. I hope my poison doesn't stick. And I hope that what Tone said about your horse or is or isn't correct. Tone, I'm going to throw this back to you, but would linebacker be in your numbers? Honestly.
Yes, I put it in there. Yeah,
What
probably
number in your numbers? 6?
3.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, I think it'll be right up there with
Nice.
yeah. I think what's name broadsiding. Yeah, on paper it looks like a good thing, but not with Zach Lloyd and at that price, I wouldn't be backing it
Well, you're on a roll,
personally.
Tone, and we're going to go backwards now, back a few races, because I want to hear what your titanium tip is. If I'm right, you're going back to the well. So take us back. Go for it.
Yes, I am going back to the well. Yes, at Rose Hill, race 10, number 10, the Black Cloud. And yeah, so it was a good run last start. Good run, good second, bit unlucky. Jay Ford is on board, an honest jockey as the day is long, and that's what you need, especially on a Saturday. I think $6 is a good price. I think it might be a little bit over it, but then again, it's up against a good one in what is it? She's an Alista.
She's an A.
Bjorn Baker.
You know what I did with She's an A? You know when the last time you tipped the Black Cloud, do you know what the poison was?
Yeah, that was this one, right? It knocked it off,
Correct.
and it may very well do it again. It's from the Bjorn Baker stable, last of the day, the old Pezza system, but it's got a horrendous jockey in Jason Collette on it, and he's a criminal. So, yeah, I think $4. $4 for She's an Lister and 6 for the Black Cloud. I'll take me $6. It's and this in the weight, it's getting 3.5 kilos off. She's
No,
an
it's
Lister as well.
not. It's not. It's only getting a kilo because there's a claim, I think, if I'm right.
Is that a claim?
Oh, there might not be a claim, but I think you've gone up a couple of kilos. She's an A-list has gone up 3 kilos, and I think the Black Cloud's only gone up 2. So I don't think that the weights.
Right. There's not a great difference in the weights there.
No, there's a one. There's a one.
Maybe I read that wrong.
There is a 1 kilo swing to the Black Cloud. I wrote that down. I was just going to ask you whether that 1 kilo is enough. I mean, don't get me wrong. There was, look, the Black Cloud at $6 compared to 4. You do your 1 by 3. You runs a drum. You're in front. It is going to be an interesting race because both horses do go well fresh. I'm not going to sprinkle poison on you this week, Tone, because the poison comes from down the bottom for me. But it's a Zoo Star horse. It's called Cosmo Nova. If there is,
Yes,
but
yes.
I honestly think that there is no reason why these two horses, She's an A-lister and the Black Cloud, don't fight out the finish. Hopefully, in the reverse order, for the titanium tip to salute and for Team PALTI to rise and bow to our saviour Tone, because after that's what you. So good luck.
Mind you, Taz, mind you, apart from the Bjorn Baker system, a lot of people don't like to back horses second up, do they? And this will be second up, and it could run a drum or it might not. Hopefully, that run will have set it just right. It's fit and ready to go, and can get the judge's nod.
Yeah, well, it does go well fresh. Now, I myself, we talked a little bit about Mr. Brightside, and I found one that's got form behind Mr. Brightside. So I am tipping my Fister at Caulfield, and it is in race 6, number 4, Samana. Now, Samana finished 5th behind Mr. Brightside and another Will last start in the CF4 stakes. Now, they gapped the horses, but Samana was finishing hard, and sectionals were quite impressive.
No.
Now,
Oh, yep.
I think it was in a futurity, sorry. I think Samana now back to its own sex. Should be right. It probably finds a winnable race. I think Grinzinger Bell probably leads, and it's just a matter of who comes out from behind the pack to catch it. Now, the one thing I noticed in this, because I occasionally have a look at these, I know that Marto, he's all over the age, the weight, the barrier, the breeding, all sorts of things, who the mother is and what the mother did. I'm not into that much depth, but what I did is I had a look at the prize money, and Samana's won $1.6 million worth. So it's the horse in this race that's won more prize money than anything else. So what it tells me is it's not a cat. And if it is a cat, it's probably a better cat than the other cats in a race. So for me, I think this horse third up currently is 2 from 2. On Saturday at about 3:10 Eastern Standard Time, it'll be 3 from 3. Then we go to Brightside and it franks the form. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm hoping. It is about $3.70. Race 6, number 4, Samana for me. Anything to say about it, Tone? What do you reckon?
I think, look, this isn't an overly strong field. I didn't think. I think yes, I like Samana. The only thing that if I was going to have a bet, but I got switched off it. I was looking at So Glamorous, but soon as I saw that
Yeah.
thug Ethan Brown was on it, I thought they can't win, and $5 definitely not
I
with
tell
him
you
on it. So
I
I think
don't discount it, Tone. That's So Glamorous, because in my little notes here, I've put Grinzinger Bell should set a nice pace up front, and I see us, So Glamorous, and Quintessa being the ones to run her down. So I've included, those in there. So I think that So Glamorous, will be out there chasing. I hope Ethan Brown doesn't get the job done, and I hope Samana does. But don't discount the criminals.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, I just have no confidence in him whatsoever. He always manages to find a way to get the horse beat when I'm on it. So, you know,
Well, you know what
yeah,
they say, Tone? They say in order to catch a criminal, you've got to think like a criminal.
that's true. Yes, yes.
So in order to win races, you've got to think like those criminals.
Right.
So I don't know, maybe there's a formula in that. Now, we've only got a couple of minutes to go. If we had Marto here, I'm sure he would hit us with a zinger. I'm sure he'd also tell us how good he is. I'm sure he'd tell us about Sunday's racing, Saturday night greyhound racing. He'd probably tell us about the EPL as well, and maybe
Oh,
even
for sure.
in Bangladesh. But we don't care because Marto's not here. So, Tone, we want to hear from you. Finish us off. Give us some nice words. Tell us something that we don't know. Enlighten us, bamboozle us. We will do.
I was going to say, Dear, oh dear. Yeah, so a very interesting day's racing ahead on Saturday. And I don't have anything special as yet, but yeah, I haven't really got anything special this week, Taz. Sorry. Oh, the football will be starting soon. We've already got injuries at Richmond, as you can see. Practice match. We've already got the number one draft pick is out, and Ralph Smith, he's out as well. He's done a hammy or something in the simulate. What's it called? The simulation match or something?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like a practice match where they just do nothing. Game
Yes.
simulated training. So, I mean, I know that get on the base aren't Argonauts. We're in state one this year and we're looking at going one better again. We're going for a three-peat. We got promoted, and we're going again. Now, I can't bet on our football team, but anyone else can. But I reckon that we're in for a big season, and I could be up for a three-peat as well. So get on the base.
Wow. So
We're in for a big season. State one, Southeast Victoria. Tone, I'm going to say good night. I'm going to wish you well. And to all our Palmy
you
Army,
too, mate.
don't miss
Yes.
Margo because we don't. Thanks, mate. Episode 38.
All right. Yep. Okay. Well done, Taz. Well done.
Thank you, mate. Have a great week. Ken.
Yep. Be in the numbers. Be in the numbers. We'll be in the numbers on Saturday.
That's all. Cheers, mate.